Welcome to the GHQ Crew Podcast, where we're hitting cuts and banging putts.
Yeah, Rich, that was awesome.
Rich came up with that one this morning. Guys, it's going to be a great day on the podcast. We have another very special guest.
Yeah, we do.
And this one can hit it a country mile.
It makes me so mad how far this guy can hit it.
It goes so far.
So far.
And
Straight.
Yeah, straight. The funny thing is, the last time I remember Rich in the shop, Coleman was chasing him, and he had a bloody nose.
I still have big issues with my bloody nose.
Yeah. So today we have none other than the legendary Richman Houston. What's up, bud?
Not much, Clint. I'm happy to be here.
Yeah. We're glad to have you.
This is awesome.
And Richman works at the shop when he's not playing college golf, when he's not knocking it a country mile, and
winning golf tournaments.
That's rare.
Nah. So Richman, kind of introduce us to yourself. And you're local. You're from Midland. You're born and raised here. But kind of give us your journey into golf. Your dad is the whole family really is fantastic golfers. But your dad is who got y'all started. And man, it's just a family of legends. But kind of give us your story, man.
Yeah, so dad, obviously, like you said, good player. Grew up in Midland. Me and my brother both started out as hockey players. So kind of like a Happy Gilmore kind of deal. Like I'm not a golfer, I'm a hockey player. And then one day my brother kind of just decided he wanted to play golf. My parents told him, it's one or the other, and I just kind of followed him from the, hockey to golf because, I was like at the time I quit hockey, I was actually probably 9 years old. So I was just kind of following my brother. He's kind of, a role model to me, or, you're just a little brother, so you're doing whatever big brother's doing. So
Sure.
I just followed him out to the golf course, and obviously my dad just played golf for many years and just started playing golf with him, kind of had a natural, I don't want to say giftedness, but just kind of it was a little bit of a natural, I don't want to say it came easy to me, but I had a very quick ability to make good contact.
He's being very humble,
which is rare for a 9-year-old. And I was also, whenever I was 9, I was probably 5'8", which is huge for a 9-year-old.
Yeah.
And so I hit it pretty. Whenever I first started playing, I remember hitting my first 270-yard drive when I was 11.
Holy smoke!
So playing from the cones in those junior tournaments, I tore up Nueva Vista.
Yeah, baby.
Rest in peace, Nueva.
Yeah.
So just started. My dad would just go play in the day game. Whenever he was playing the day game, he'd just leave me at the range for 5 hours, and I'd just hit balls, chip. He'd come back from the day game, pick me up, take me home. And that's pretty much how it was every summer. I played in junior tournaments all around here, West Texas. I played a ton of baseball, too, a ton of basketball, football, ran track. But high school, when I started playing high school, I kind of decided it was time to choose one sport. I kind of regret it because I loved baseball, and I was a pretty solid pitcher. So I kind of regretted quitting that, but in the end, it probably worked out the best way it could. I'm enjoying golf. I love golf. I don't think there's another sport I'd rather play full-time. I think it's one of the best sports to play full-time. And, yeah, there's obviously a lot of stuff I might have skipped over, but that's a quick overview. Dad brought me into golf. I immediately loved it, couldn't get enough of it. All those days that my dad just kind of left me on the range like it was a daycare, I couldn't have been happier. I'm sure I pissed off a lot of members out at the country club, doing little kid stuff.
100%.
Hitting flop shots from the range over trees and the chipping green. But, I was just a little kid, and my imagination was just running wild out there.
Yeah.
So here's my question. Who's better?
Me or Coleman?
Yeah.
Oh, me. That's 100%.
You'll smoke him every time.
Yeah. Well, right now I'm 100% better because, he's doesn't really play golf anymore. But luckily we played at the same college institution for the first 2 years, and they keep records. So we have
baby.
We have statistical evidence that Richman Houston was better.
You know, what's interesting is, and for everybody out there, they don't know maybe, but Coleman worked here first.
Coleman did.
He's now like an Adam Sandler almost, right?
He's cleaned it up. He has a woman in his life now.
Hey.
And she's told him to stop wearing the XXX t-shirts and the baggy joggers. She's cleaned him up. So he actually looks like a presentable gentleman now. He shaved his Moses-looking beard now, so he looks like a normal human.
One of my favorite stories about Coleman, other than the infamous
Harlem Shake.
Harlem Shake video, where he was shirtless with a vacuum cleaner.
He was wearing an orange skirt.
I was about to say, I thought he had a tutu on or something.
Yeah, orange skirt.
Yeah. Unbelievable. But Coleman, you know, he was kind of a, how do I say this nicely? A head case.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And you're more even keel, right? You're just right here. You're never really high, never really low. You're just always right here. Obviously, that's helped you in the game of golf.
Well, that really didn't translate to golf until pretty recently. I say pretty recently, probably the last year or so. I was really kind of, I wouldn't say anger issues, but I got really flustered on the course a lot. You know, bad shot, you could expect, you know, Richmond was either throwing a club or out of anger, not a whole lot, but mostly just like as a joke. But now, even in tournaments, really bad in tournaments, I used to really get nervous. It was funny. The reason I ended up quitting baseball in high school, I got the yips pitching and the yips chipping at the same time.
Oh.
Yeah, so I guess I just had mega mental issues going on at the same time. So I had the yips pitching, and that was pretty much all I was good for at that point. So that was after I quit baseball for 5 years and started playing again in high school just because I got bored. And I was pitching, and I got the yips. Was literally spiking the ball, couldn't throw it to home plate. So I just told my coach, like, hey, I'm done. And at the same time, I got him in chipping. So I definitely had a little bit of, like, I wouldn't say anxiety, but I had I was more scared to fail than I was eager to succeed at that point.
Yeah.
So luckily now I've definitely gotten out of it. Chipping's one of it's a pretty strong point in my game now, which is really good. I didn't have that before. But definitely now I'm a lot more even keel on the golf course. Guys on my team, if I have a bad round, they come up to me and they're like, I'm really impressed with like how you acted. Not to brag on myself, but they come up to me like, what'd you shoot? I'm like 83. It happens. Yeah. They're like, you don't look like you shot 83, but yeah, I did. But especially in team golf, you know, dinners with your team are some of the best bonding times you could possibly have. And if you have that guy who's over there just staring at his food, not talking, he's just kind of killing the vibe, you know. It's college golf. Just be thankful for golf in general. You know, anytime you go out and get to play, whether you're working a 9 to 5 and you get a day off, you get to go play. There's no point going out there throwing a fit, even if you're playing for money or for a score in a competition. Like, it's, in my opinion, it's the best sport you can play, and there's no reason to be upset anytime you can go out and play golf.
Yeah.
And I've definitely adopted that now to where even in tournaments, like conference, past 2 weeks, I was in contention pretty much the whole tournament. And, you know, there really wasn't a time where I was getting really upset with myself. You know, you hit a bad shot, like, let's go see what we can do from there. Like, it's just another chance to hit a shot, have fun.
That's awesome.
I feel like I just got a lesson from a wise man.
Yeah, I mean,
That was incredible.
dude, my uncle's favorite line forever was, I'm not at the office, right? So you're out playing golf.
Yeah.
At least I'm not at the office, right? So a day on the golf course is way better than a day at the office or a day at work or what have you. But what's interesting to me with Rich is, you know, up here, he's got this, again, just this even keel.
Yep.
It's never real high or real low. And I say that with, I mean, it's a huge compliment from the golf side of things, because the best players I know, Lucas McCubbin's one of those.
Yeah.
That, I mean,
I'd hit a bad
I
shot.
made 6 birdies, but
But the next 8 holes, I eagled.
3 bogeys.
62.
That's whatever.
It's a 62.
Yeah. You know, and
Don't
so
matter.
Don't matter.
the idea here is, right, that Rich, to kind of go to piggyback on it, sometimes when you're getting pissed as a kid, right, that also shows passion. That also shows you care, right?
Yeah, it definitely does.
Yeah.
And I definitely care a whole lot. And some of my teammates even get on to me sometimes. They're like, dude, do you care? I'm like, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I probably care more than you.
Yeah.
But
And I just remember Richmond as a younger man. Richmond, you were passionate in here. Like, passionate. I remember in the old shop in the single bay, Coleman would try to be giving you swing tips. And you would literally be screaming at him, Coleman, I know what I'm doing when hitting golf balls. and it may have been more of a brotherly thing because big brother was giving younger brother tips. But man, you would scream at him. And we'd come in there thinking, oh Lord, they're going at it, but you're just hitting golf balls. And Coleman's like, well, you need to maybe drop it in this. Coleman, like, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
shut up. No, if you ask, it's funny now, like seeing all the older guys that, you know, whenever I first started playing the day game, whenever my dad thought I was old enough, you know, I had a reputation for being the kid wearing a Bubba visor, and every time I make a birdie, I'd like do a Payne Stewart fist bump jump and throw my visor. And you know, it's funny now seeing all those guys, and now I play with them sometimes, and they're like, yeah, I make a birdie. They're like, where's the visor throw? Where's all that? So
Yeah.
there's definitely I had tons of passion, still do, but I let it show a whole lot more whenever I was a kid.
Yeah.
It's probably what makes you really great in a lot of aspects. You know, obviously I have a ton of respect for Rich. I think, you know, he'll do great things in this life, but part of that is again, you have such great control over the emotions now, and maybe it's an unhealthy internalization. I don't know. Not to get into a psychological discussion here, but no, I think it's a very good thing that you're able to stay so even keel. Here's my question, because there's a lot of young people out there that are getting ready to go to college, and we also see, and you've probably seen this in your career in college, but one of the things I think is fascinating is how many people drop out. They get out of college because what people don't understand is how hard these guys work, number one. And number two, it doesn't matter, does it? It could be 80 with no wind the day before a tournament, and you're going to show up and it's going to blow 30. Could rain, could be cold, we don't know, right? So kind of speak about that a little bit. What's going on there? Is golf still as hard of work as like a job almost?
It absolutely is, and it really depends where you're trying to meet it at. Like, you're obviously going to get out whatever you put in. And I know guys who have all the talent in the world, can be whatever they want to be, and they're perfectly content with just showing up for the times coach gives for practice, which mandatory practice is usually around like 2 hours a day.
Okay.
And you can't really get a whole lot done in 2 hours a day. You can maintain pretty well, but you're not going to improve a whole lot. And there's tons of guys that are just perfectly content with that. And then there's guys who, you know, if they don't practice for 5 hours a day, they don't know what to do with their life. And those are the guys that, you know, just really have not an unhealthy obsession with it, but, you know, they're just obsessed with trying to lower scores. And the reason so many get so turned off by it, you know, there's, like you said, tons of kids that either have the potential to play college sports or college golf, and they just don't. They either go and they drop out after the first year, or they decide not to go at all. And I think that's just because they get there, and, you know, you're a best player on your team in high school, you can really do whatever you want. And as soon as you get there and there's 10 other guys that are all your talent level, and they're working 5 times as hard as you've ever worked, and you got a coach who's like making that mandatory, you know, it's a completely different world. You know, I played TAPS golf, you know, private school golf, and the way that really works, you know, you got 4 guys who aren't very good, then you got 1 guy on every team who's pretty good. So, you know, in high school, I played a couple junior Ryder Cuppers, some top-ranked amateurs, And then I get to college, and it's like, holy cow, I got 10 of these on one team.
Yeah.
And this is a junior college. And granted, that's Midland College. You know, it's the most prestigious junior college in the nation. But, you know, I get there, and I got to shoot 65 to qualify. Like, what do I do?
Yeah.
Like, qualifying for that top 5 was harder than getting a top 10 in a tournament.
Yeah.
Like, if you qualified for a team, you were pretty much penciled in top 10 for the tournament because just we were that much. Our second team always finished second in tournaments if they didn't beat the first team. So,
Wow. Wow.
I mean, if we were allowed to take 2 teams to the national championship, they'd be the 2 favorites.
Yeah.
Unreal.
That's just kind of, you know. And to answer your question, what was the second part of your question? Talking about weather conditions whenever you get to college. Track?
Yeah,
it's like a junior high track meet. I mean,
Yeah.
it's literally you show up. Could have been perfect the couple days before. As soon as you get to a golf tournament, it's just miserable.
Yeah, yeah. So when I was out at La Paloma in Amarillo, we hosted an event for West Texas A&M and some other schools, right? The guys teed off at, I don't know, 8, 9 o'clock in the morning, and it is perfect. You couldn't have asked for a better day for the first 18 holes. And it was probably mid-70s around 2 o'clock, no wind, beautiful, but you could see this ominous glow of gray clouds to the north. And the next thing you know, we all have jackets on. It's literally snowing and blowing 30. And these cats are trying to finish up. And I mean, it was brutal.
Yeah.
And it just struck me in that moment. I was like, man, you know, not only do these guys have to leave high school with the dynamics that you're talking about, you were the top dog, and now you're even essentially, right? Everybody's caught up to you. So now you're trying to figure out your work ethic and what that needs to look like, and then you're also trying to navigate. Okay, well, how do I beat the number one guy? How do I beat that guy?
Yeah.
Right. Well, I know I have the skill set, but do I have the skill set? Look how hard this guy works. You know, there's always this thing going. Then you have the weather conditions. Then you have the pressure, right? You have all these dynamics that are working against the player. And so it speaks volumes to the attitude that you have to have, right? You have to have this confidence, this swagger. So many times golfers get this, you know, they get this, I don't know, this stigma of being arrogant or cocky or whatever. And, you know, you see this in the top dogs in all sports, but golf especially, right? Because they're wearing the pants, they're wearing the collared shirt. It's the uppity sport, right?
Yeah.
But the reality is golfers are some of the greatest grinders on the earth.
Yeah.
It's as simple as that. And it's not only just in the game itself, but when they get out of the game, when you get out in the real world, you know how to grind.
Yeah, no. A lot of what's playing good in tournament golf is literally just lying to yourself. Like, you have to be able to fake it until you make it constantly around the course.
Interesting.
And one of the big things that you're talking about, like the confidence, one of the main ways I took showing up to Midland College and seeing all these dudes, you know, we had 3-4 Americans, we had 13 guys. I just told myself, like, hey, coach wants to find a bunch of dudes from around the entire world to come take my spot. Like, let him. Like, if my competition's now gone from kids at, like, no hate, but like Seminole High School to kids from South Korea, Scotland, South Africa, if, like, that's the competition pool I belong in, like, cool. Even if, like, my game doesn't necessarily say it, I have to tell myself, like, hey, I belong here, and just scrape it around.
Yeah. Yeah. And to that point, a lot of these guys that are coming over, man, I mean, they're the best of the best over there.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it speaks volumes. And I would just love to know, Clinton, you may know as well, but it speaks volumes for how great the Midland College program is. Oh, yeah. Are you freaking kidding me?
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's unbelievable.
And I mean, it goes without saying, huge respect, much love to Coach Poss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He was a legend. and he made an unbelievable mark, not only in this community, but in college athletics in general. One of the most successful coaches, if not the most successful golf coach. I don't know. He's got to be up there.
I don't know how.
Get
I mean,
much
there's
better.
no other program in the nation that even comes close to what he has.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not in terms of national championships. I think they only have like 4 or 5.
Oh, only? Yeah.
Well, yeah, but I mean, consistently being the top ranked number 1 team in junior college for 35, 40 years in a row. I mean, just the recruiting prowess he was able to build. And now since he's retired, like Midland College is still enjoying that because players know it's just a place to come.
Yeah, and there's been several number one players in the country,
Every year, almost.
On that squad. And here's my other question about that. You have these dynamics, right? That it's one of the greatest programs on earth. Number one, do you know how many PGA players came out of Midland College? I know Chad Campbell was one of them.
Yeah, there's a sign in the office whenever we have our team meetings and stuff. There's a thing up there, and there's like 10 or 11 guys that are on there that they aren't PGA pros, but there's like, I think 3 or 4 Ryder Cuppers.
Wow.
A bunch of dudes are going to be like European pros.
Yeah.
I think there's maybe 2 PGA pros. I can't remember the other guy besides Chad, obviously, but there's a bunch of, and the amount of pro tours actually, like touring professional golfers that come out of Midland College is probably at least 10, I would say.
Did John Adams go to Midland College?
I don't know.
He was a PGA guy.
Don't know.
His brother still comes in here. Amazing guy.
I think the thing that amazes me the most about how good Midland College has always been is that it's in Midland, Texas.
No, that's the point. I mean,
Well, in the surrounding areas too, Odessa's had a long history of success. Western Texas, Hobbs, New Mexico Junior College. I mean, just pretty much our conference was stacked. It was unbelievable. Ranger even.
Wow.
Lennon, just really these Southwest, mainly West Texas schools are just renowned for their junior college golf program.
And I just look at it from the perspective of practice facilities, right? Midland College, I think, had rights at MCC maybe 1 or 2 days a week. One day, in which MCC is probably the best practice facility in West Texas. But other than that, until First Tee opened, there wasn't much.
It was Ranchland. Our practice schedule was Ranchland Mondays, Nueva Tuesdays. We might get to go play at Midland on Wednesdays or Thursdays, and the rest of the time it was pretty much Ranchland. And now that First Tee's opened up, we call it Billy's because God bless Billy Mund.
Yeah.
No
Just an
doubt.
amazing dude, but we call it Billy National actually. But since that's opened up, that's been amazing. There's not a whole lot of places where you just get 6 holes, drop a ball wherever you want, do whatever you want.
And it's in pristine condition, too.
Move as much dirt as you like. Who cares?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, I like that, like even out at Billy's, the short game range,
Yeah.
even the chipping or green, you can get 30, 40 yards out of that and really work in and dial in short game. But it just speaks to the programs here, man. It's West Texas.
Well, dude, don't forget who designed Billy National.
It was Corin Crenshaw, yeah.
Yeah.
Ben Crenshaw came to Midland.
Which, granted, like, piece of land he had to work with wasn't much.
No,
But
it was crazy,
the
dude.
6 holes he's built are
It's
pretty
cool.
solid.
Yeah.
Now, is this true? Is Fort Brown maintaining it?
I don't know if 4 personally does, but the Midland Country Club staff does maintain it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm going to tell you what. If Four's looking over that, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
That
Well,
guy is awesome.
He is awesome.
it is already
Fort
fine.
Brown is awesome.
Yeah.
Well, that's cool. Before we jump into stories, I'm glad we got to hear that.
Where are you playing now?
Lubbock Christian.
Okay, so kind of walk us through your college career. You
Okay,
started at
so
Midland,
started
right?
at Midland College. Didn't quite go as well as I'd like to, but then again, it's hard to make a team there. Like
Sure.
if I played at say, number 5 school in the nation, I could have made the starting 5 every single week. And there was obviously like some, I don't want to say issues, but I just struggled getting on the top 5 there. So after Midland College, I went to UHV, University of Houston Victoria. It's an NAI school, top 15, top 10 NAI school. And my big thought going out of Midland College was like finding a school that is competitive at their level. Yeah. I didn't want to just show up to a division, like a 200 ranked Division I school and just play there just for the sake of saying I played Division I golf. Like I wanted to be at a competitive school that really had a goal, that had a national championship in sight. So I went there. Then after a semester, another thing that I took for granted in the transferring process was finding a place that was as molded as a team as Midland College was. Midland College, if Midland College was a 4-year school, I'd still be there. It was the best experience of my life. You just have, 12, 13 dudes from all around the country. And, in the dorms, we didn't shut our doors till we went to bed, pretty much. I mean, we were just constantly hanging out, eating every meal together, just hanging out with, 12 of your best friends. Everyone there was so awesome. It was the best experience of my life. And once I get to Victoria, we didn't really have that anymore. It's kind of a weird deal going to some of these 4-year schools. There's not that camaraderie that's really there with junior college golf. And even at Midland College, guys from like Tennessee or UNLV, Wichita State, they'd call back coach and be like, tell them how much they miss Midland College. I'm like, dude, you're at Tennessee.
Yeah.
Like, what's the issue there? Like,
Yeah.
I'll switch. And then, after going to UHV, I just really took that for granted. So decided to transfer out of UHV. No problems to them. Is really just the camaraderie that was really, I just was really missing, pretty much my friends. So I decided to go to Lubbock Christian. Already knew a couple guys on the team there, and I love it. It's been awesome.
Awesome.
That's so cool. That's a great program over there.
Mm-hmm.
It seems like they're really building it.
Yeah. So coach, got a new coach in, and I was Jeff's first recruit. So he was the graduate assistant while the old coach was still there. And, he was calling me on the phone. He was like, hey, I've been really upset with how this place has been managed golf-wise the past couple years. I really want it to be something special, and he's really doing a great job right now. The recruits we got coming next year, I can already tell you we're going to be a better team, and he's really working hard to turn that place into somewhere where the really good West Texas golfers can shoot to go out of high school. So now you got all these junior colleges. Now if you want to go a 4-year, well, we got that now. And he's really trying to make that a high-quality spot.
That's a great point that you're bringing up there. And I think this has relevance, again, for some of the younger people that may be watching and, you're a high school athlete aspiring to be a college player. Rich, it's hard to get recruited out of this area.
Oh, dude.
Right?
Don't even get me started.
Yeah. I remember years ago, talking with some of the coaches and just, people that are close to programs and things, they would call people out here, bangers or West Texas bangers, right? Where you just slap it all over the golf course, chase it and hit it again. And then you get over into the DFW area and they find those games don't travel.
Yeah.
You hit it in the trees, it's a little different, right? But I also believe they miss a lot of good talent out through here, buddy.
Yeah, no, they do. Primary story for that comes from Billy Mund, and it's talking about Chad Campbell. And, Billy was a tremendous player at Texas, buddies with Ben Crenshaw. And the coach there at the time, forget his name.
Harvey Pennick?
He was not the coach at UT at that point.
Okay.
I don't think it was Harvey. He was just saying, like, hey, dude, there's this guy out here in Andrews. You should take a look at him. His name's Chad Campbell.
Oh, this was when Chad Campbell was in school. Yeah.
Billy said, hey, old boy at UT, you need to take a look at Chad. And he was like, nah, where's his AJGA scores? Mm-hmm. He's like, he don't play in them. And he said, I'm not taking him. And Billy texted, or I'm sure text went around, but Billy told the UT coach, you ain't got 5 guys that can touch him. And he was like, yeah, whatever. So story goes from there. Chad goes to Midland College. Absolutely just harvest souls in the junior college community. Just grim reaper of junior college golf. Just destroys
I'm assuming
it.
he won a natty.
He might have won 2.
Yeah.
I don't want to. And then it goes to UNLV, and Chad did Chad things after that.
Yeah.
It's one of those stories the coach looks back and like, I should have listened to Billy.
Yeah, and I kind of had a similar issue out of high school. I talked to a couple Division I programs out of high school, and I had played good in some higher level amateur tournaments, and other than that, the only thing I had to show was like NTPGAs around here, which great tournaments for like just filling your schedule, playing tournaments, playing tournament golf, but a college coach is not really going to look too deeply into your NTPGA scores, sadly. And that's pretty much how it went. I just text a guy, text a coach, hey, my name's Richman Houston, here's my resume. They'd look at it and be like, anything else?
So what would you suggest for high school players or,
That's
moms and dads watching?
That's kind of the hard part. The main thing that coaches are going to look at is the AJGA. Me and Z, coworker here, have a running joke like, you win an AJ, you're getting a full ride to a Division I school, and sadly, it may not be a full ride, but you're getting on.
And by the way, that hasn't changed since I was in school.
No,
same thing.
Yeah. So the sad thing about living in West Texas and trying to play American junior golf tournaments is each one's going to run you about $1,000 both ways, travel, entry fee. And the nearest one, other than the one they now have in Lubbock, which once you're, I think, over 14 or 15, you can't play in anymore. The nearest one other than that's going to be Dallas.
Awesome.
Yeah.
It's either Dallas, Austin, Houston. They're all like east.
Yeah. They might have one. I think they have one in Buffalo Dunes and Garden City, Kansas, but that's not any shorter.
Yeah. That's what I love about what we're doing out here, what Billy Munn has done out here.
Yeah. Billy's working his tail off.
I mean, and you know what? I'm gonna add one more guy to that, Bill Kirby, because Bill Kirby really helped usher in First Tee here.
Yeah.
And he worked his butt off for that. And it's real sad that he stepped away from it. I hate that. But I digress. The point is, we always talk about growing the game, but it's real easy to grow a game when you have a zillion kids in the DFW area to play the game.
Yeah.
And you have a zillion golf courses in the DFW area to play golf on. You've got a zillion golf courses that are in great condition in the DFW area because they get this thing called rain.
Yeah.
Right?
No, it was really lonely, like being a 12-year-old kid and playing golf. Out at Midland Country Club, whenever I was that age, I was the only junior out there. Like I'd practice out there. I'd never seen another kid. It was just a bunch of old guys.
Yeah.
And funny now, those are like my friends.
Right.
Green Tree's got a good junior program. If you go out to Green Tree, you'll see just hordes of kids. Whether the members like that or not, I don't know. Yeah. But junior golf has definitely taken a turn in West Texas here in the past couple of years. Even at Midland Country Club now, I see tons of kids out there practicing, and I love to see it because I remember when I was that age, I didn't have friends to play with.
Yeah.
It was kind of lonely, but that's just to speak to what you said about Kirby and Billy just doing what they're doing. Now you can go out there anytime and you'll see a bunch of kids and some who have really lots of potential.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and Billy makes it clear. If you're a kid in West Texas, go to the First Tee facility, which is Billy National, right off the loop.
Monday through Thursdays.
Yep. And Billy says, it doesn't matter. Go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody gives you a problem, call me, it's one of those things, which is so cool. And it's, you know what? It's even if you can't afford to play, we've donated tons and tons and tons of golf clubs and will continue to do so because I want every kid that wants to play and to have that opportunity.
And no green fees.
That's right. I don't want money to stand in the way. Neither does Billy. And we're here to support that 110%. In fact, I would even say here, like just here in the shop, I've noticed more and more parents saying, you know what? I wish when I was a kid I didn't wrestle, play football and basketball. You know, I wish I'd have played golf. I wish I'd have picked golf.
Yeah.
I was talking with Keith Connor just yesterday, and Keith played every sport he could play in high school. Thought golf was kind of a wiener sport, right? And then what happened? He gets older, he turns 43, right? And he decides to take up the game. And at that point, he had the same thought process my father did, which is, why did I not play this my whole life?
Yeah.
It's a lifelong game. But more importantly, and this is what the first tee does, it creates character like this guy has.
Yeah.
It creates character like you have.
Yeah.
Right? Now, we can't say much about Kana back there.
I mean,
Who knows what kind of character that guy has.
Whoa.
He's one of the best guys in the whole world, people.
Allegedly.
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 I'll accept those allegations.
So, yeah.
That's happened to my friends now, in their early 20s. Like I said, I played a ton of baseball growing up, and all the kids on my baseball team that now play college baseball, I mean, they play more golf than they do baseball now. I mean, every single day they're not playing baseball, they're playing golf.
Of course.
And they're like, dude, why didn't you tell me I should have played in high school? Hey, you thought, golf was for nerds and it wasn't a real sport. And now they go out there and play and they shoot 130 and they're like, this is hard.
One of my favorite things about you, speaking of other sports, was when Raph was here, right? And so people that don't know Patrick Rafferty, he was the coach for Midland College basketball. And Rich would tell Raph every chance he got,
I'm a dog in the paint, Raph.
I'm a dog in the paint. And even went as far as to say that he would destroy any of those kids, yeah? You could hang. Should have made the team.
Is that on the record?
Nah, I mean, it's alleged, right? It's alleged, but I think Rafferty might back up my story here. So can you hoop?
I played in high school. I was decent. I was a shooting guard. I was a shooter.
Okay.
I had green light privileges.
Love it.
Coach gave me the green light. I could shoot whenever I wanted. But unfortunately, I played behind Joseph Van Zant, who I'm sure y'all know.
His daddy Eddie has become a buddy. He's awesome.
Joseph is very talented. And so Richmond didn't see much of the floor.
Now, he went to where? Liberty?
Yeah. He actually just transferred. I think he transferred to ACU. He's coming back to West Texas, so I'm going to be happy to see him playing basketball in West Texas again. But, yeah, Joseph was good.
Yeah.
He's
He's all over the wall at Midland Christian. It's hilarious.
He owns every record.
Yeah. It's unbelievable. Well,
besides threes in one game.
Yeah. Zach Day.
Shout out to Porter Godovac.
Zach Day broke a 3-point record.
Threes in a season, probably.
I think it was threes in a season.
That was either Porter or Mitch, yeah.
Yeah. He broke that record this year, and it was pretty cool. It was pretty cool. Zach Day can shoot the rock, and it speaks volumes to this recruiting thing that we were just talking about. Zach, soon as I saw Zach, in fact, Bob Chapman, God rest his soul, me and him used to go and watch these Midland Christian games together, and Roy Williams and I were talking about that yesterday out there. But one of the things about Zach Day is the minute I saw him, I was like, man, this kid can go. This kid can play. And I was talking to Eddie Van Zant about that at the Boys and Girls Club not too long ago. And he said, well, there's a couple of problems, right?
Eddie can see him.
He didn't get a lot of looks from Division I or II. Got very few offers, official offers from Division II, I believe. And I was like, what the crap is going on? Transfer portal. Eddie said the transfer portal's killing us. The obviously the NIL stuff is killing them.
Getting paid.
Yeah.
And now schools are looking at dudes not only for their talent, but how marketable they are.
Yeah.
And it's just
BS. And Zach Day deserves to play Division I basketball. He's a great player, But one thing Eddie said was that he wasn't a lot of the coaches were telling Eddie that they didn't feel like he was athletic enough. And I think that's one of the West Texas stigmas that we deal with in golf, right? But also in basketball. How could you be that good of a player playing at Midland Christian for TAPS and not at some DFW school? Well, I'll tell you how. You just are.
Yeah. You're gifted.
You're gifted.
You're born
Anybody
here.
that didn't try to recruit Rich was an idiot
Yeah.
because he was a great player, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. The college thing, I could go on 2 hours on that deal. It
Raph
drives
did give me a
nuts.
tryout, by the way.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I didn't know this. How'd it go?
I opted out.
He said, nah.
I talked up the game until he gave me a spot. I said, no, I'm good.
So really, it was just you trying to sell Raph on a tryout.
Not even. I didn't want to try out. I just wanted to let Raph know, like, hey, if you're ever down guys in the season and you just need a dude to sit in the corner and yak up threes, like,
I'm your guy.
give me $100 a semester, dude. I'll do it.
Pay for my books. I'm on it. Yeah. That's awesome.
Do you play defense?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay. You were locked down?
I don't want to say praised. We might have to get Ryburn in here just to back some of this up. But
I love Coach Ryburn, and I would love to have him in here.
Ryburn can
Good
attest.
golfer, too.
Ryburn can attest to the fact that I did not suck at basketball. I don't know what he'll say about me being good, but
Listen, if you got a Ryburn endorsement of
I
not
think he'll back
sucking,
me
that's
up
good.
for not sucking.
That's awesome. I don't know. I could see. First of all, Ryburn's a good player.
Oh yeah,
He's a good
He
golfer.
played pickup with it. Oh,
Yeah.
I was talking about basketball.
Well, he is a good basketball player too.
He's a really good player. He's
Yeah,
a golfer.
he was a guard, I believe. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Can he shoot?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't shock me.
There were many times we play pickup at like 6 a.m. Dudes are tired. Like, you're not really playing defense. Ryburn's just walking down the court, pulls up from like 5 feet outside the three, just dribbling down the fort.
Curry style.
Green.
Would he ever do the just turn around knowing it's going in and just start walking off?
No, but he definitely wouldn't celebrate because, he's kind of a little more reserved to himself.
Yeah.
So he just drain it, walk back. Yeah, there's none of like the jiggling the three in their face, like doing the bow and arrow.
Yeah.
None of that. Just make defense.
Yeah, I can't remember that kid's name that played for Midland Christian this year. He was a guard, had glorious hair, preacher's kid.
You're
Can't-
big on the hair. Jim.
Yeah, I am big on the hair. You have glorious hair, but you're wearing a cap today. Nobody can see it. I envy glorious hair. You're correct. But this kid would give you
Yeah.
when he's going down the court, he gives the three like this, right?
We
Because you
can't
can't.
see that
This is
here.
awkward, right?
Yeah.
This is awkward. So they'll go here, and they kind of,
Yeah. I hit the three. He puts it
Yeah.
down. Yeah.
Whereas back in the day,
You just walk away
you
with
just
the,
held it like that, and you kind of nodded your head like, "What's up?"
They had to pull up your shorts because they were at your ankles.
Whatever, bro. Y'all wear sugar shorts nowadays. It's amazing that
Yeah.
meats don't fall out all the time.
I wear normal size shorts whenever I played.
Okay, well, listen,
I didn't wear the 2-inch inseam shorts,
dude.
whatever they wear now.
yeah, they're like, I mean,
The greatest basketball player
were
of all
chubbies.
time,
yeah, that's
Michael
exactly
Jordan,
right.
played in long shorts. Chris Webber, the Fab Five, they played in long shorts. I mean, come on. That's what we
Muggsy
did.
Bugs, normal shorts, but they wear pants to him.
Bogues.
Muggsy Bugs.
Muggsy Bugs.
Muggsy
This guy.
Bugs.
Roy McElroy.
Muggsy Bugs. The only. Did you know he dunked the ball once?
Yeah, I did. Did you know Spud Webb played at Midland College?
I didn't.
He did.
That's
That
incredible.
is a true story.
We tricked some of the foreigners into thinking Larry Bird played at Midland.
Yeah, Midland College has such a great history. They've,
Sports in general.
yeah, man.
They had a guy pitching the World Series, I think, 2 years ago.
Really?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Wow. Well, David Wicks, who used to come in here, those big jugs that sit on top of the water cooler? You know,
5-gallon jugs.
5-gallon jugs. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say they're heavy. Like, there's not like lifting a bus or anything, but they're pretty heavy.
Yeah.
They're heavy enough that I don't know that I could curl them, but David Wicks did. He curled 2 of them like this.
Wicks was good.
And when you looked at the guy, little teeny guy, but he was shredded, dude.
Yeah, he was a really good player.
And he was awesome player. And he's out doing good things right now.
And pro golf?
Yeah.
I don't doubt it. He was
Yeah.
good. Z had an awesome story one time. I can't remember where he said they were. I think he said they were in Oklahoma. And it was raining terribly. And it got to the point where, like, Poss wanted to, like, take the guys off the course. Like, he just wanted to leave. Like, it was just doing nobody any good.
Yeah.
And Z went up to Poss and was like, can we leave?
Yeah, because Z probably shot 97.
And Poss said, we would, but Wicks is even par. And he's, like, leading by 7. So we're staying. And it's just one of those like glorious 40-mile-an-hour wind, like courses flooded days.
College golf day.
Wicks is even.
Yeah.
Yeah. Z to this day hates cold, hates rain.
Fair weather golfer.
Yeah.
If it's windy, even.
And
If it's
too
windy,
hot,
he
if
can
it's-
handle
If
it.
it's too hot, he doesn't like it either.
Yeah.
I
That's me. If it's 105, I'm out.
I say wind, like, because there's some days that he won't.
Well, I
If
mean,
it's blowing
yeah.
30, he's not.
Yeah, same. If it's blowing 30, forget about it. I'm not doing it. If it's below, honestly, if it's below 60, I have reservations. I just, if I got to put a jacket on to play, not doing it.
There's this window of opportunity for Jared,
Yeah.
and it's about 1 week a year.
And that's about how much he plays.
That's about
he sticks to
Yeah,
it.
if you total out the days of golf he plays per year, it equals about 1 week.
Yeah. But, it's after I watch the Masters
Yeah, the Masters kicks it off.
because I see how glorious all those guys hit it, and I'm like,
I can do that.
And then I stick with it for about a week, and then all the mojo goes away from the Masters, and I can't hit it anymore the way I want to, and
It is what it is.
my back and my neck and my brain just quit working.
Yeah.
So
what does your summer schedule look like besides working? What do you have any plans on tournaments or?
Yeah, so I will play in the West Texas Am. Love that tournament plan every year. I obviously have to play in the only major that counts, which is the Midland City Championship.
Heck yeah.
yeah, baby.
Which you won.
I did win 2 years ago.
Yeah.
So I will be. That's the best tournament in the world. I love playing in that.
Now, did your brother win that one?
Heck no.
Your dad did, though.
Yeah, he's won it a million times.
Yes.
Coleman had low round every year,
Yeah.
but
That second day.
he'd always pop off like an 85, 63 or something.
That's so true, folks. That is so true.
And then other than that, this year my dad's playing with my brother and the Texas father-son, so it's not my year, so I'm not playing in that. But other than that, there's a really good junior. It's kind of a junior collegiate tour. It's just amateur college tournaments around Texas.
Cool.
I'll probably play in a good amount of those just to kind of get stuff in. It's hard in the summer, obviously, like going places to play tournaments because you just did all year in college. So, you got these tournaments in like Alabama or something.
Yeah.
And it's like, I don't really want to go.
I just thought of something I was going to ask you a minute ago. Piggybacking off of your, kind of that, I guess, practice regimen that you have to have, right, to be a better player. For all those out there that are just not playing competitive golf, you're playing a few scrambles every year, right? But you're aspiring to be a better player. Rich, how many golf balls a day do you hit?
I do believe in off days. I do believe there's sometimes you actually do need a break, but on the days I'm not off, it's anywhere. On the days I don't play and I only practice, it's probably 500.
500 balls a day.
Yeah. But most of the times I do play. I believe playing is the best way to get better, obviously. So in the summer, I usually do play 18 holes a day after work.
But I think you should explain the playing side, right? Because so many times
go
people
on.
go out there and there's no purpose.
Yeah,
They're just
so-
out there, they're just playing, and they're thinking they're getting better, but they're really not.
You can get a lot done on a range, but there's also a lot you can't get done on a range. Granted, you stand on a range, it's a flat lie. You don't have you have a target, but you're just full swing flat lie. That happens once, maybe twice around playing golf. You just have to play. You have to go out there, practice course management, but also practice getting the ball in the hole around the course. There's the amount, like I said, the amount of shots you're going to have in a round that you'd hit on a range, or maybe two, maybe one a round.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes, you can get a lot done on a range, but if you're not actively going out and playing golf and keeping score,
Yeah.
not just picking up or foot wedging it out behind trees, but like keeping score, playing the rules of golf, actually trying to get better, you're just not going to see a whole lot of improvement. They're just buying a big bucket of balls, hitting like a couple wedges, and then just going long drive mode. Range.
I guess, are you playing for a score in the sense that, if you have a challenging shot that could potentially show up in a golf tournament, right? Let's just say you kind of hit it in that round, are you afraid to hit?
Oh no, those are the fun shots.
Right?
Yeah.
So it kind of helps if you focus more in that way, right? Of saying, this is also an opportunity for me to learn different shots and different shot shapes, right? Regardless of what the score yields, you've got to learn that situation. You've got to learn how to hit that shot.
Yeah, and that's the beauty of I get to play by myself a whole lot, which people frown upon. They're like, "Oh, who'd you play with?" I'm like, "By myself." They're like, "Oh, no, I love playing by myself because I can do whatever I want."
Yeah.
I can just
Drop a few balls for wedges or
it's
something.
just endless ways that you can go out and practice. But like you said, just practicing not making 7 from a spot you should only make 5 from.
Yeah.
That's really where a whole lot of people, they don't know how to take their bogeys.
Mm-hmm.
They don't know how to get in a spot where par doesn't look likely, and they end up making double because they're trying to make par. Like, you take your 5, leave.
Yeah, so
a
I
great
think
point.
that way too. I do. Not the way he said, the other way.
Try to make par.
Yeah, I try to do something stupid and I make double because I don't look at it through that lens of, and I should.
Yeah. Get out of here with the bogey.
Yeah, Jared, you hit a terrible tee shot, or Jared, you hit an idiot second shot. Take your bogey, get out of here.
Yeah.
Right? Let's make bogey and get out of here. I mean, if you sink a 40-footer for par, okay. You're probably not gonna.
And just to go back to your question, that's just something you can't learn on a range.
Right. Yeah, I mean, trying to hit situational shots on a range, you can maneuver the ball and stuff, but it's a lot easier if that tree's not there. You'll give yourself a 10-yard grace, right? Where on the golf course you don't have that.
Going back to my brother, if you watched him hit range balls, you would literally think he's won 5 majors.
Oh yeah, for sure.
If you saw Coleman on the range, you'd be like, "Oh gosh."
Would you say that's a primary difference between you and Coleman? Because Coleman was a range rat. I mean, he loved
I was
it, right?
absolutely a range. I would say anyone that's good at golf has been a range rat at some point.
Sure.
In high school, I completely sacrificed everything just to practice. It was, especially in the summer, dude. Holy cow! I'd hit balls sometimes for 5 hours, and sometimes that wouldn't be enough. I'd go home, eat dinner, then I'd come back at night and hit balls at night.
Oh,
for
dude,
more hours.
this guy would leave the shop when time change would happen and the golf, it's dark at 6:30 or whatever. This guy would leave the shop, go to MCC and use their indoor facility. I'm like, Rich, we have those here. We have some.
Z's giving lessons.
But Z's, so he just said, forget about it. I'm gone. So he would leave right at 6:15 and head straight over and just pound balls for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Is that about right?
Yeah.
That's how you get great, folks. Right there.
Makes a
Yeah,
difference.
that's just one thing I would say. If there is any young aspiring golfers here, the future to getting good at golf, it's not comfortable. It's sacrifice. It's sweat. It's
time consuming.
Yeah, it's doing stuff you don't want to do. Like, there's a lot of times I want to go hit balls. Like, I want to practice. And there's a lot of times, like, I just cannot be bothered. But you just have to.
Do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look back, I don't think you have to hit 5,000 balls a day like Vijay Singh was doing for a while.
No, you don't.
Right, but if you look back at all the great players, every one of them, I'll bet you at least 500 a day.
I think Tiger said it best. Tiger, do you watch YouTube videos? And he says, get off YouTube and go hit bleepity balls. Go pound balls.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff Tiger talking about, like 13-hour practice days being very common for him whenever he was like 12 years old.
Sun up, sun down.
I believe it.
Especially with his dad.
Oh, yeah.
Earl.
Yeah.
Well,
Earl's prophetic.
There's several people that, we've dealt with here in the store that, they take lessons or so what I'll see a lot is they're frustrated.
Mm-hmm.
Like, how do I take the next step? I feel like I've been practicing my rear end off, but I take 2 steps forward and 5 steps back type of thing, right? Because that's just how crazy this game is. Because it's all how many times have you heard this? You've probably even said this before, Clinton. How many times have you heard, man, I got my driver going, I got my irons going, then my putter fails me. I got my putter going, I got my chipping going, but then my driver fails me.
Yep.
Putting it all together, in other words. Mm-hmm. Well, I think the point is, and Rich could, expand on this a little bit, but I think the point there is it's very rarely all together.
Yeah.
So you got to figure out a way to get it in the hole. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah.
Scramble.
Yeah. You got to grind. There's a grind to this game that is beautiful. And it's like you're saying, well, I don't want to do this today. Well, you just do it. You embrace the suck and go do it. What a great life lesson. And then you get out there and crap's not going your way. Well, what do?
Stay and figure it out.
That's right. You stay and figure it out. You keep hitting balls. You keep attacking. You keep doing everything you can to get the ball in the hole. But here's the key. Can't be too high or too low.
Yeah.
You got to stay right here. You got to stay focused on the idea that I'm going to make this par. I'm going to make this bogey. That was great advice, by the way. I love that. You got to make a thing on that. One of the things.
Good bogeys exist.
One of the things.
Yeah, one of the things.
The short videos.
The video.
Yeah.
I mean,
we're going to clip it.
Yeah, clip it.
We're going to clip it.
Clip art.
It's not clip art.
Oh.
We're going to take a clip of a video.
What do I know?
Xbox record that.
Yeah. What do I know about computers? I mean, come on.
Yeah.
I'm just here to talk. Well, I tell you what, that's great wisdom.
That is. That's what I said that earlier. I was like, I felt like I just got a lesson from a wise man.
Yeah.
And it's just, I think it's a testament, Rich, to really how wise you are at a young age to, again, really are. And
thank you.
No, I think it is a compliment. And, so I want to kind of transition here.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a question. I hope you thought about this before you came on today.
I hope I did.
Uh-oh.
I want to hear your funniest golf story, first of all, between you and your brother. And it may not just be one, because I'm sure there's many.
Thousands.
So give us a few of those stories of you and your brother playing golf.
First one that comes to mind, Coleman was a massive hothead whenever he was in high school. Like,
bad.
Bad. Like, breaking clubs, slinging them. And at the time, I was still a little kid. And, stuff like that scared me. People get mad. Little kids get scared. And it was at 15 at Midland Country Club. I think it was before the redesign.
Yeah.
I think he had just started. He was probably 15, so that makes me 9. We're playing 15 at Midland Country Club, and dude hits, one of his glorious, terrible shots and picks up his bag and, hammer throws this bag, spin, wind up, and just chunks it. And I'm like a little kid, so I start crying. 'Cause, and I like tell him like, I'm not putting up with this anymore. I'm leaving. And I just walked off the course. And there's no really comedy in that, but that's just the first thing that comes to mind.
Yeah.
My brother being an idiot. God, there's thousands.
That's awesome.
Just does the old.
Tomahawk the whole bag.
Yeah, through the whole bag.
Boy, we've all been there though.
Yeah.
Huh?
Trying to think of one that has some comedy to it. I don't know. There's not a lot of comedy when Coleman plays golf unless you're watching him. It's just him, you laughing at him.
I think that's the comedy right there.
Yeah.
You know, there's probably a lot of ball busting going on and all that stuff between him and his brother.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Sorry to be a letdown, but
So,
there's
no.
not just one glorious story about Coleman that I can think of.
Let's ask this: if you, brother, and dad were to go play right now, tip out Midland, who's winning that round?
From the tips, I would have to put my money on my dad. If we were playing the regular tees, it's a race between me and my dad.
Yeah.
He also, I mean, dude, he just got off his 7th or 8th back surgery.
So this is where I was
Like-
going to go with this.
Okay.
4 months ago, right? His
beginning
last
of
surgery.
January. Beginning of January.
He
yeah.
played. Yet what? This weekend?
He's played like 4 rounds. Since
What did he
got off his
shoot?
Surgery. His rounds have been like 68, 72. Whenever I played with him the other day, he did pump like a 77. But
Okay.
I think he's had like 3 rounds under par, one like even, and then he played bad the other day. He shot 77.
That's playing bad.
Yeah.
Dude, he hits it farther now off the surgery.
So what'd they do? Fuse him or what happened?
I don't know, because I think he's had a fusion before, and I don't know how many times you can fuse.
He may have done the disc replacement thing like Les did. And
I know-
that is legit.
I know one thing he did do. He went to the Tiger Doctor in Dallas,
Okay.
and he turned him down.
Really?
He said, I don't do this kind of stuff.
Huh.
So I think there's
Whoa.
a strong possibility Dad was worse off than Tiger.
Oh.
That's an outrageous statement.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the miracle doctor turned my dad down. He said, hey, you need to, I ain't doing that.
The miracle doctor that keeps Tiger's back breaking down all the time?
No, the Masters doctor.
Ah,
The one that
okay.
did the fusion before the Masters, and he won the Masters.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
No, the other one was like a car wreck, dude. Like that's a doctor's fault.
Yeah. Okay. What was your, or we'll ask a 2-part question. What's your lowest round ever?
Okay. I've shot 64 2 or 3 times at Midland Country Club, but there was a time at Hogan. Oh God, this is gonna be embarrassing. There was a time at Hogan, my freshman year of college. I shot 7 under on the front. Went to the pro shop, asked what the course record was. They're like, it's like 58 or 57, dude. Like Stevie's shot in the
Yeah.
50s like 40 times out here. I was like, oh crap. Go to the back 9, like keep making birdies, whatever. I'm 11 under after 15.
Oh my gosh.
And it's just one of those glorious scenes at Hogan at Roadrunner, the last 3 holes where there are 15 groups the last 3 holes.
No.
And unfortunately, I was already a little drunk. And there was a party to go to. This was back kind of in my more wild days. And we decided to leave.
11 under on 15 and you leave.
We left. There are witnesses to this story.
11 under.
Okay, Roadrunners.
And he gone.
Par 70,
2.
72. So you're on course to shoot 61 if you part out.
Yeah. And 18 is drivable.
Oh yeah.
And you're on 15?
Yeah, we just finished 15. And we were just
So you
looked at
got
the
a-
last 3 holes and we were like,
Well,
y'all want to go?
16 technically is drivable too if you cut the corner.
If you really wanted it to be, yeah.
17's a short par 3, 18's drivable.
It's not short. It's like 190, 180.
For you,
Yeah, that's
not
like an
that's
8
like
iron.
Yeah, that's not short though. It's 180 yards.
anyway, there's at least 2 more birdies coming there.
Maybe. I don't know. That's who's to say.
It's it's like a legendary
yeah,
story.
we left. Yeah.
The way I see it, you shot 59. That's
He-
the way
he
I
was
see it.
we
59
can claim
watch.
that, yeah.
So you've shot 64 multiple times, and then you had an 11 under at 15. What is your low round this year?
In tournament or just regular play?
Just play.
well, we practice at Reese sometimes.
You can go real low.
Yeah. I think I shot 64 a couple times.
At Reese.
64, 65 a lot, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a time at Lake Ridge we played 9 holes, and I played 9 holes, I shot 6 under on the back 9. The next day we played the front 9, I shot 5 under.
That's so stupid.
It's so dumb.
What's the legendary story? Is it from LCU on the Albatross thing? What is
Okay,
this?
so we need to,
We got to talk about this. This is a big deal. This went viral?
Golf Digest level news.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's on Golf Digest. So I got a buddy named Braxton, great friend of mine, just met him this semester. But as soon as I get there, we're playing our our team was like a Ryder Cup deal that we do. I think it was in the Ryder Cup. Yeah, I think it was. We were just playing like our team matches, and we got out to Reese. It's blowing 50. It's like 40 degrees. It's miserable. And after like 11 holes, we just call it. And then we notice like 18 straight down wind, like 50 miles an hour. And it's like February into January, so the ground's just concrete. And we all get up there. And I didn't even think the green was drivable. I thought we were just having a long drive contest. Like everyone goes up to 18, just tees off. So I was like, oh, cool. Like, this will be fun. So I just like aim down the middle of the fairway and yak one. And then everyone else gets up there and just takes it at the green. I'm like, whoa, what are y'all doing? Like, that's 500 yards.
Yeah.
What are y'all doing? And I was pin high right in the driving range. And we get up there and there's a ball in the green. It's Braxton. He's got like a 15, 20 footer. Someone gets out their phone. Braxton cans it. Everyone, goes crazy. I was the only one in the video who's like just doesn't go crazy. I was like,
Can you get me that video?
It's like on Zyre, it's on Breezy, it's on Golf Digest.
Could you get the video so we can put it on?
Connor.
Oh yeah, I can send it to you.
Yeah.
Connor, can you pull up the video? Do you have it?
Let me see.
It should be very
If he'll
easy
send
to
it
find.
to me, I'll put it on the podcast.
But the great thing about it was it happens like 3 weeks pass after this. Braxton just like sent it to a couple social media accounts on golf social media accounts on Instagram. Like doesn't happen. Like 3 weeks later, we just wake up and Braxton is in a video on Golf Digest, Zyre, Breezy with like millions of views, tons of likes. We're like, holy cow, this is crazy. And the hate comments.
Oh yeah.
You can just imagine 20-footer for Albatross. Yeah, right. Yeah.
Nobody hit it that far.
JJ Colleen's in the comments too. Like, guys, I've 3-putted for birdie many times at Reese on some of these par fives. Like, it happens. And then, so, like 2 weeks after that, me and Braxton got to Midland Country Club. We're on number 2. And we're literally, like, just in the midst of reading these comments. Like, just these hate comments calling us liars. And they're like, yeah, whatever. Dude, it's 220 out on number 2 at Midland Country Club. The pin's in the back left, so we don't see it. But it hits, and like that pin's notorious for the ball going over the green. And he hits it. He's like, dude. I'm like, it's over the green. He's like, dude, I don't see it. It's over the green. We get up there in the cup.
No.
We were playing with Allie, too. We were playing with Allie Escamilla.
Oh, yeah. Which her and Aspen go. Well, I guess Aspen graduated.
Yes,
Is she done?
Aspen just graduated,
Yeah. But yeah, the Escamillas. Are you kidding me?
Their golf family would be
Prodigies.
better than ours.
Prodigies. Well,
That'd be a fun match.
No, they got more players.
No, you take the best 2 and the best 2.
That'd be me
by
and
the
my
way,
dad.
Yeah.
yeah,
Coleman's on the bench.
yeah. Coleman's benched, right? Now, who would you pick from the Escamilla squad?
To play?
Yeah,
Oh, they're all pretty good, dude.
I know, right?
So who you playing?
Well, I actually just played in a Texas AM qualifier at Quicksand, and Alex played in it. He beat me. So
He's the one,
Yeah.
dude. I'm
He's
telling
him?
you, dude. I'm telling you right now, that kid is a freak,
So Alex
and so is his sister Allie. I'd
Allie's
pick
also
Allie and
very
Alex.
good.
With all due respect to Aspen and Austin. I love them
Alex
dearly.
graduating. What grade's he in?
He's a
Alex,
freshman.
he's a
bro.
freshman in high school.
Freshman, bro.
Oh,
I'm telling you, he's a freak.
okay.
You know what? And this is, I'll say it this way. He's as freaky as this one was.
Like potential wise, yeah, but
Yeah.
he's like better at golf than I was when I was his age.
He knows how to play.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which I think, not for nothing, I think, because Aspen and Austin kind of led the way for the brother-sister crew, right?
Yeah.
I think those two kind of paved the way for Allie and for Alex to be really great because they got to learn how to play the game by watching them at a younger age, right?
But the olders were really good too.
No doubt.
Austin, he played
All
at Rice.
college golfers.
Yeah.
Austin played at Rice.
Yeah.
Austin was good.
A good family.
And I'll tell you another thing about Austin, and
Another
this is
past
the
city
truth.
champ.
He was a city champ. Okay.
Goes to the champions dinner. I see him every year.
2-time. Do y'all do the same thing like at Augusta and have
No,
like
there's not a champions dinner for the
y'all have like hot dogs?
Go to Taco Villa.
Villa.
It's via. It's via, Jared.
Oh my God. Rich.
I say Taco Villa.
There you
Because
go.
it is
God.
2 L's in the Spanish language make a Y sound. Oh, you couldn't make
Okay, yeah,
Board.
but it's America. And it
But it's
says
a Hispanic
it says
restaurant.
Villa. Even worse, it's Texas America. It's Villa.
It's Taco Villa.
What were you saying, Jared?
Okay,
Gonna
so,
go off on a
so why
tangent.
is it?
Here we
hang on,
go.
hang on,
Here we
hang on.
go.
Why is it not Taco Villa?
No,
Or
that's
Villa.
It is.
That's
Taco
just
Villa.
accent.
Villa.
That's not
Taco Villa.
pronunciation.
That's not what you say.
Taco
you said
Villa.
you said
Taco Villa.
Villa.
Taco Villa.
Jared, you're on an island right now.
I'm on an island by myself, but I know I'm right.
All right, we found the video. We're gonna cue this up. Watch this amazing putt.
For Albatross.
That was insane.
Wow.
It's very anticlimactic.
Yeah. We need a video screen.
It's like a 20-footer.
Yeah,
Like,
it's a
not
20-footer
cool.
for double eagle.
It's just like
Unbelievable.
Albatross drives a par 5, and I'm sure the comments are going to flow in on this video too. You can't hit it that far. But Reese is kind of a dog leg. 18's kind of a dog leg, and then cuts downhill to the green, correct?
sort of not so
Sort-
much
not-
downhill.
But remember what Rich said. It was blowing 50.
No, I'm just saying.
And it's
it was
January.
It's amazing
Yeah.
Like,
that he
it's-
was able to hit it that far this time of year.
Okay.
It's asphalt.
Can we
Yeah.
also add, though? Can we
It's
also
Reese
add
too.
Yeah.
that Rich was pin high right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
like everyone on the team, like no one was outside 50, 100 yards out.
Yeah. I mean, everybody there hit it 500 yards
Just that good.
or 400 and whatever it was.
Yeah, with the hole, it's probably 500 yards. Like straight to the flag, it's maybe 470, 480.
Okay. There
Oh,
you go.
sorry.
Yeah.
Just 470.
Yeah.
It's impressive.
Well, dude, this guy would make the elevation change on the foresight in there.
Foresight.
Oh yeah, you'd come in there, it's like 425. It's like holy crap.
No, dude, we found out you could put them on top of the mountain on there.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Me and Justin would hit like 1,000-yard drives off the mountain.
yeah.
All right, so I want to end it like this, Rich, because I think this is going to be really cool, especially getting the high school or college golfers on the podcast. For the younger guys, we want to know what's in the bag.
For me,
Yeah, what's your bag?
Just got the new driver.
here you go, Connor. Driver is the AI Smoke.
Is it the Max
It's
triple
the
diamond?
triple diamond 9 degree.
What shaft you play?
Well, it's a 8 degree with the flat cog, but it's up 1 degree because the flat cog kind of makes it sit a little open. So it's up 1 too because 8's just a little much. But it's a 9 degree. It's perfect. I love it.
What shaft you pair that with?
It's a GP6X. I believe Jared tipped it quarter, half.
Half.
Such a good shaft, too.
Yeah. I never played a GP. It's my first time, so love it. 3-wood is a Ping G410 LST with a even flow black. I don't know. I bought it on eBay.
There's the Houston family.
I bought it on eBay. I think it's a 7X even flow black. Ping G4. I don't know. I could just kind of bought that club just to use it. That one really I really put that much thought into. 5-wood Ping G410. Ventus 8X. Ventus Blue 8X TR.
Yeah, baby.
The thing's sick.
That's awesome.
Love that club. I have a 3-iron, so Strixon, the ZX. It's got that the DI hybrid shaft in it. I just got
the
that.
utility one.
The utility shaft.
Yeah.
I just got that the other day. So I haven't used it a whole lot, and it's usually not in my bag either because that'd be 15 clubs. But from there, irons we go 4 through 9. The 4 is a ZX5 with a Project X 6.5 in it. On the 4, I went to the ZX5 just for higher launch.
Sure.
And then the 5 through the 9 are all ZX7s. The Mark 1s, I guess. The first edition ones. I love them. Probably not going to switch for a while. Also, all Project X 6.5. Pitching wedge. I actually have a 46. I don't have a pitching wedge. All my wedges are Cleveland ZXs. I love the zip cores. I will say I like the zip cores more than I don't even think they're called Cleveland ZX wedges. I'm sorry. I think that's incorrect. RTX. I'm sorry. I messed that up. They're the RTXs. I love the zip cores. I'm not as big on these RTXs. I think the zip cores were better, sadly. No hate to Strixon. It's an honest review. But yeah, those are all. Also, the pitching wedge is a 6.5 Project X shaft as well, and then all the rest of the wedges are S4.
What do you like better about Zipcore over RTX?
The feel off the wedge, and I think it had more green side spin. Zipcore
Flight control and green side spin.
Yes. You could hit the little 10-yard, 5-yard carry up a 3-foot hill to a short side flag. That was easy with the Zipcore. Whereas with the RTX, it's kind of you have to land it on the fringe. With the Zipcore, you could hit a little softy and it just
they raised the CG in the RTX, and they did that because they wanted more flight control for the players, right?
I can see that. Yeah, they do
but
fly low.
The problem is they almost killed too much spin, right? Yeah. Interesting. Okay, and what putter do you have?
Right now, I say recently, 7 months ago, I made the switch to arm lock.
Really?
Yeah. So
you were just talking about that yesterday.
I made the switch to arm lock, and I didn't have an arm lock specific putter, one that was actually meant for arm lock. So I jimmy rigged one. So it's a TaylorMade TP Bandon. It's the number 7 looking TaylorMade head with the plumber's neck on it, and it's got pounds of lead tape on the bottom.
So you counterbalanced it basically.
Yeah, just to get the head heavy enough for the arm lock. But yeah, going arm lock right now, I love it.
Really?
I think it's cheating.
So I asked this question because this is the common problem with arm lock putters. It's great on short putts, longer putts, distance control.
I don't have a problem with it.
Is that why you made the head heavier?
No, I made the head heavier because it's an arm lock putter.
Well, no, I get that. But I get that. But for instance, say you go LA Golf, their arm lock putter is really light.
I'd hate that.
Yeah. And so the issue becomes when you try to make longer putts, distance control is an issue, particularly getting the ball to the hole. So the heavier head helps with that.
I could see that. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only problem I've had really on longer putts is just the wrist release, the coming unlocked off my arm.
Right.
But I've gotten better.
Practice with it. Yeah.
I've gotten better with that.
Sure.
Rich, would you say, as far as putters go, would you say you have 3 putters, 4 putters, 1 putter?
I bet he has a ton.
How many putters do you have?
In the Houston household, there's
Oh,
a
God.
lot.
Yeah.
But just in my room, or ones that I own, I got the Trillium. I got the PLD. I got a Spider. I got a Circus 62. I got a Bobby Grace. I think I have an 8802. It's probably 10.
See, Jared?
10?
See?
No. See, Clinton, I was going somewhere with that.
Coleman has thousands.
Clinton, just in this room, has 15.
There
They're
might
up
be
against
more.
the wall right over here.
Yeah,
now,
there's-
that doesn't include what's in the bag. That's just what's up against the wall. So we're going to safely assume you have 20
Yeah, easy.
just in this room.
Pretty
It
close.
doesn't count what's at your house,
Right.
in the garage, etc.
But if you were to ask the question, what putter do I play with? It's only 2 that I'll switch between. I just like putters.
You're such a good putter, too. It makes me so mad. In a good way.
Yeah. I just like putters. I could be spinning on crack cocaine.
Yeah, you could.
It's always an option.
I'm glad you don't.
So
You're right. I'm glad it's putters.
it's putters.
Wow.
I think it's just used clubs in general as well.
That's
I
not
just
true.
gave up on getting putters because what I found was I suck with all of them. I'm just not a good putter.
Well, if you would listen,
Listen. I tried to listen.
No, you didn't. You didn't at all.
You said left edge firm. Then you said right edge firm. What did I do?
You putted middle of the cup light, and
Okay.
it went.
I don't know how to hit it firm because you haven't had the trauma that I've had. I've had 3-footers that I tried left edge firm, and I now have 12-footers coming back.
Just gotta
Or
trust
I've knocked it off the green like I would have on 18.
I will say this: 2 holes. We played MCC about a week ago. 2 holes. We were scrambling on the last few holes, and I look at him, and he's like, "What's this doing? Left edge firm." Puts it center cut light, misses. I get up there with his putter, by the way. Left edge firm, bink, straight in the hole. Get to the next hole. What's this one doing?
Well,
5-footer.
first of all, tell the right thing here. The ball hit the back of the cup and bounced in. That's how hard you hit it.
Left edge firm.
I have no stones for that. Keep going.
Next hole, about a 5-footer. What's this one doing, Glenn? Right edge firm. Middle of the cup, light. I grab his putter again, right edge firm, knock it straight in the hole.
Maybe you should buy his putter.
Yeah,
I'll buy your putter. I like that putter.
All right.
Would you sell me that putter?
of course I will.
All right, done. I'll trade you some TCB heads for that putter.
Done.
What about a wallet?
Or a Cobra driver. You got one of them?
Long Tom.
I'll give you some TCB heads for that putter.
Done.
All right, done. Just got myself another.
Yeah, I can sit over here with the others, and if I ever need to use it again, I'll
You
come
can just
get
come
it.
borrow it. Just come borrow it. Whatever you need. There's a couple arm locks there if you want to try. There's
Nope.
some
That's a
putters
mind
there.
bomb.
So, what a great episode.
Yeah.
Richmond, thanks for being on here, bud.
Yeah, I
thanks
enjoyed
for
that.
telling your story. And guys, be sure to like, subscribe, GHQcrew.com. Go pick you up a dope t-shirt or a hoodie. Be sure to check that out. Share the podcast with your family and friends. And again, subscribe. Another episode dropping every Friday, 9 p.m. Lots of cool guests. Again, Rich, thanks for being on here, man. And we will see you
One last thing.
Yeah, what's up?
Don't forget the new Instagram and Facebook.
Oh, yeah. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the GHQ Crew. Our
The
socials.
GHQ Crew.
We gotta do socials. Yeah, you can follow us on Instagram and Facebook at the GHQ Crew. Anyway, have a great week, and we will see you again very, very soon.
And it's Taco Villa.
Be ya.